All right, so just want to thank everybody for being here this afternoon. My name is Dave Mason, and I'm one of the owners of iFound Agent. And let me get there we go. So I'm going to mute everybody real quick. I will be monitoring questions, so just type a question in, and then we'll answer those questions at the end of a segment. So I'm not ignoring you. I just want to make the point I'm making, and then we'll get to the questions. Okay. All right. So this class is database management tips. Again, I'm one of the owners of iFound Agent. I actually was a real estate agent for about 12 years, and I got my career started with a computer. It was 1990, 1991. I don't remember exactly. My computer had an orange screen. It was expensive, and there was no internet. So what are you going to do with that? Well, I built a database of properties, about 7,000 to be specific, up in North Scottsdale. There was no go to the title company and get the disc. They didn't even have that stuff back then. I drove around in my car with a yellow pad and a pencil, writing down addresses. That took me about 3 months, got them all in the system, and I started mailing postcards. Scandalous back then. I was told the world was flat and you needed to mail letters. In fact, I got turned in because I was sending out postcards, and that was considered unprofessional back then. Fast forward 2 years, I was in the top 10% at Realty Executives, and I got very clear that my success was very given by my automation, and I could be very predictable every month because with getting that out. For a lot of people, they'd struggle with it. It was a very manual process. But for me, it was a very simple thing to get out. So my goal for this class is, yes, we are going to look at technology, but really that you get a glimpse into a new thought process, how to be more effective. And really this class is about making more money and leveraging what you already have. Because I talk to a lot of real estate agents. They struggle with two things. One, staying in front of your client database, and two, marketing yourself. I know it sounds simple, but you'll see how we do things that we can really streamline how you're going about producing your results, actually having more time. This is not about working harder, it's about working smarter. So really looking at why you want to have a database, following up with your buyer and seller leads, strategies for past clients. That was one of my big things when I was an agent. I don't know if anybody's heard of by referral only Joe Stump. I don't even know if he's around anymore, but I was very into that philosophy of building a referral business. I didn't like prospecting. I wanted raving fans. To me, those were the best leads. Yes, you can buy leads on Zillow, and that has a certain flavor to it, but there's nothing better when you get the phone call, hey, this is Bob. Joan and Sam said, if I don't use you, they're not going to talk to me anymore. That's a good referral. That's going to be a sale. And I think we all want more of those. And using your website just like MLS. And we'll find out what I mean by that. Again, I said we're going to work smarter, not harder. So you'll see that you may not want to use MLS so much after this. We're going to do a demo, and then we'll take some questions. I think we just covered that. Some of you already are good at your database, so I'll still be talking to you. Some of you are not so great. I'm talking to you. I know you're all here for something, otherwise you wouldn't be here. You're looking to raise the bar, raise your level of success, and that's what life is about anyway, really, continuously looking at, what's the next, what's next, because we're either growing or decaying. There's no, I'm just going to maintain. It doesn't work like that. What is your current database system? Talk to a lot of people. It's their information on their cell phone, their calendar. You got a list in Outlook or Excel, Top Producer, Curator, MailChimp, my company's system. And if you're like me, I have random scraps of paper on my desk with stickies all over the place. That is the system. So whatever you have, that is your system. The question is it sufficient? And this is where we really got to be honest with ourselves and ask the tough questions. And we all know, are we achieving the level of success or producing the results that we want? There's a quote that I'm thinking about. I'm not sure who said it. No better measure of a man than results, often harsh, but always fair. So again, is our system sufficient to produce the result that we're after? And that only you can answer. What are your goals? A lot of people have goals, but we have no idea how to get to those. So, having a system or a database, actually, we can measure our effectiveness. If I know I make 50 phone calls, I'll get 3 leads and 1 sale. I can figure out what it's going to take for me to get 5 sales a month or 10, whatever the number is. So, 3 main things, for your database to be successful. You've got prospecting conversations. That might be meet somebody in an open house. So meet somebody at the open house, then what? Then what are you going to do? During the transaction, for me as an agent, there's huge opportunity in really creating a referral moment, because really, we get paid in 2 ways. 1, we collect money at the end of a transaction. 2, really the lifeblood of my business was referrals. So if I was not getting referrals from that transaction, I didn't do my job successfully. That was my stance. You may have a different one. Past client conversations. Those people already love and trust you. Why not keep in front of them with requests for referrals and serving them with their real estate needs? We'll talk about that too as well. Prospecting conversations could be a referral, open house. You may be getting leads from, I'll just say, I call it ZTR, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com. Website inquiries, sign calls, ad calls, landing pages, pay-per-click, Facebook ads. Could be somebody at the grocery store. I think you get the idea. Lead generation. That's all I hear from agents. I need more leads. I need more leads. I need more leads. I don't have enough leads. Okay. We could talk about that a lot. We're going to touch on that a little bit. That's probably another class by itself. Generating leads. You can generate leads from your website. There's Facebook ads, pay-per-click, open houses. Many of you are not taking advantage of the free profiles on ZTR. Then there's Active Rain, Bigger Pockets, etc. So, and if you're in real estate, you should be good at talking to people. That may be the best source of lead gen, honestly. What do you do with the lead? Well, I see a lot of people, they might call it once or twice, maybe a couple emails, a text or 2, and it's over. And that's really unfortunate, because I'm actually going to skip ahead here. I'm going to back up. So most leads don't convert till the 6th contact. So if you're not touching that lead, cultivating that lead, you might hit it 1 or 2 times, it's a bad lead. Well, not necessarily. Some people, at least in my experience as a real estate agent, they start their search, they start planning years ahead of time. They're looking around. You want to make sure that you're there when they are ready. If this is a career, you're in it for the long haul. Act like it. Be set up for that. Have campaigns that can run for years. So here's a statistic that really does, you got to be real clear. Am I set up to really be in a lead conversion business? This graph shows that your chances of converting that lead drops significantly after just 1 minute. After 24 hours, the chances of converting go way down. Now, why is that? Well, there's a lot of places online people can get served or get the information they want. So if you're not Johnny on the spot, you could be wasting a lot of money. If you're spending a lot of money to generate lead flow, you might want to look at, are my structures sufficient to convert those leads? Is somebody available to pick that phone up right when it rings? If not, you might want to figure out that you might need to put something else in place to make that happen. And where are you managing it all? So hopefully you're using a CRM, customer relationship manager, and we call it, and we say a CRM that's connected to your website and IDX. That's what my company does very well. I haven't seen anyone do it quite like we do it, as simply and efficiently. And having that connection really does open up a lot of new strategies and searches that you can send out to stay in touch with people. So you can use your website just like MLS. Now, why would you do that? Well, you could continue to set up searches on MLS, but what you're missing by not setting the search up on your website is the branding. I want people to get familiar with my brand, my website. That's where they're going to go to get their real estate information. It's hard to go back to MLS to get branding. They may not remember you, but they'll remember your website because you're training them where they need to go to get their real estate information. Let's see. All right, so you're at an open house. Somebody walks in. Let's say you're up in Mountain View Ranch up in North Scottsdale. Somebody walks in. They love the neighborhood, and they're not ready to move for 2 months. What are you going to do? Well, you might have to keep calling them and calling them and calling them. If you get busy, predictable, you might drop that out, and they're going to go with someone else. On our system, set up a drip campaign with the actives in Mountain View Ranch and send it to them every couple days, every other day or every 3 days, and just let it go until they call you again or say, hey, I don't want to see this anymore, or when they could opt out if they wanted. But set it up automated so you don't have to think about it anymore. It doesn't mean you're not going to call them. It just means that you know and have some comfort knowing that those searches are being sent out on a regular basis. Past clients, love past clients. What does a past client want to see? Well, let me paint the picture. I went on vacation a few months ago. I went to San Diego in July. Thank God, it was 185 degrees here. When I left, there was nothing for sale on my street. I got back 10 days later, and there were 2 new listings on my street. What did my little noisemaker in my head want to know? I had no vote over it. What my brain wanted to know was, what are those listings selling for? I couldn't even help but be curious. You could have paid me $1 million to stop being curious. It wouldn't have worked because I want to know. Well, you as the agent should be having me on a drip campaign. Once a month, I get a drip of what's active in my neighborhood, and then I'm going to get a separate email what's for sale or what has sold in my neighborhood, because I want to know. Every morning at 5:30, you'll find me walking around the loop. It's about 0.6 of a mile. I always see the signs go up, they go down. I always think, I wonder what that's selling for. I wonder what that's sold for. Do you think if you sent those emails to people, they would want to keep getting them? You're damn right they would. I want to know. I actually had one of our clients, he thought he was joking with me. He set me up on searches. I look at him. Oh, great, Milan sent me a search. I want to see what that house just went up for sale for. It does work. That's just basic human psychology. They may not want a quinoa recipe, but they do want to know what is going on with their house values. They always will. It really comes down to automation. Blanket emails, probably not that great. You really want to segregate your list. Blanket emails might be like happy holidays, or everyone's getting the same thing. With the system, you can really send people specifically what's pertinent to them, house by house, neighborhood by neighborhood, subdivision by subdivision. So we can do market update drips, newsletters, home search drips, closed listing drips, pending drips, and we can see and track the open rates. And do it, it's something you'll do daily. Again, it's not something else to do. You're going to be making searches anyway. I'm saying do it on your website, on our system. You're going to get more value out of it, which we'll see shortly. Can you do these suggestions with your current system? Yeah, you can. It might be a little more difficult, and it's definitely doable. But I think you'll see, how we have everything integrated. It's very efficient. So we're now going to do a demo, and we'll take you through a scenario. My neighborhood, because I actually do want this search, because I don't know, I wish somebody would set it up for me, but I'll do it now. So we are going to be doing a search on my test website here, Houses Scottsdale, Arizona. And let's just talk about a scenario. Let's just say one of you is my real estate agent, and now the transactions closed, commissions have been deposited. The next action should be you go to your computer and set up a search to keep me informed of what's going on sales-wise in my neighborhood. So let's do that now. So I'm going to make a search. So I'm going to make a sold search. Sold homes in Costa Verde, that's my subdivision. Scottsdale 85260. Now there's reasons I'm writing it like this for search engine optimization. We're not going to get into that here, but one of the things that's awesome about our system, it's very customizable for SEO, and I can control how I show up in Google. But again, that's probably left for another class. So let's make the search. So put a little bit of text in here. I'm going to click on the blue house. This is going to connect us to the MLS with our custom software. And I could draw the dimensions out with a polygon, except I don't exactly know it exactly. So we're going to do subdivision, Costa Verde, 85260. Actually, we're doing a closed search, so I got to go back here and change that to closed. I always make that mistake. So let's do close date. I always want to have a rolling 6 months ago. So anytime I look at these results, it's always going to give me a 6-month snapshot. Let's drop that in the blog or in the search here. Now, when I publish it, a couple things are going to happen when I hit this button. One, I'm creating a search for me or the client. Two, I'm making a piece of content that's searchable in the search engines. And three, I'm going to be able to set up a drip campaign very quickly. So what does that look like? So let's publish it. And now let's go to the blog and we'll see my search. Sold homes in Costa Verde. Got 2. It's going to plot them out on the map, and there they are. So now we need to set me up on a drip campaign. So I'm going to click the envelope. Let's go to the CRM. And we'll do, we'll just put me in here. Now I could send this immediately, or we're going to do a recurring email campaign every 30 days, and it'll start, I can say to start tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I'm going to leave that open. I'm just going to have it run indefinitely. So now, every 30 days, this is going to be sent to me. I'm going to be able to look at and see if anything has closed, because we show the latest listings on top. So this is the most recent sale right here. What else could I do? Well, maybe, again, our past clients are the best sources of referrals. I want to let's see. I can send text messages out of the CRM. So this is a campaign I set up in about 10 minutes. Every 90 days, they're going to get a text from me seeing if they would like the value of their home. Okay. I could set up another text campaign. Hey, this is Dave. Do you know anybody that's looking to buy or sell in the next 30 or 60 days? So we're creating powerful drip campaigns to stay in front of people, and I could be on vacation and these things are going out. So that's the automation that I'm talking about. Also, we can look at, let's go into LinkedIn. And I can see, here's the post, this automatically went out to LinkedIn. I didn't have to do anything. Some other tools that we have a listing lead generation tool that you can include in your drip campaigns. Oh, real quick, I just want to back up to really tracking, who's opening. Let's come down here. I can look at who's opened emails, who's clicked on things, maybe multiple times. And that's helpful because when I was an agent, I never knew who to call. And now you can actually see who's really being active with the emails or contacts that you're sending out. All right. Listing lead generation tool. Get the value of your home. You can put this in Facebook, in your email campaigns. And anyway, that's how that works. So that's sort of it can do a lot more. That's sort of a 36,000 foot view. I'm going to mute anybody if you have any questions. And after questions, we'll get to, what does it cost, and how to get started. So I've got everybody unmuted. So if you have questions, feel free. Any questions? Okay. So if you're interested, you can go to iFound or maybe you just want more information. You can request a demo. I'll get back and I'll answer further questions. You may know you want to get started. So if you want to get started, first thing is to review themes. Now, if you look on our website, our retail pricing is $7.99. If you let me know that, hey, I was on the webinar, we offer a $5.99 get started price and 2 free months. So just remind me, we log it all in our CRM anyway. So to get started, you pick out a theme and get started. Fill out this form. It takes 10 minutes, and if you fill out the form completely, and we don't need to get anything or track anything down, it'll take about 2 days to get your site up. So again, any questions there?
What's the monthly cost?
Oh, great question. It's $99 a month. That's CRM. That's the IDX website hosting, and we do support. And there's no contracts. Everything's month to month. 30-day money back guarantee. If you really don't like it, we want you to be happy. If you're not happy, then we're not going to be happy either. So, answer your question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Anybody else? Excuse me. No, that went right down the wrong tube. All right. Anyway, so yeah, if you have any questions or want to contact me, off webinar, here's my contact information. Phone number 602-405-0596. My email is davem@ifoundagent.com. And I just want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to be with me and see our software. Hopefully you learned something. And yeah, thank you. So that concludes the webinar for today.